Andres, your mother's a whore. All right, welcome back to Broke Till Friday, everybody. My name is Walter. There's Edward. Andres is gonna join us momentarily. He's in a business call. Very big dick. Very important man in the world, I suppose. I
Yeah,
don't know.
big dick energy. He's got the
Big dick
multi-million
energy.
dollars.
Yeah.
He about to surpass Evren Luthra.
Who's that?
It's this like kind of scammer type of dude who consistently who one of his main shticks, he's like this big industry tech guy supposedly, and apparently he claims he was mentored by Steve Jobs before he died, even though he was like 12 or 14 when Steve Jobs died.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, this
All right.
is really funny, dude. Well,
Yeah, no, it's not. But let's see. What happened this week, Edward? What's going on?
this week,
No, I meant like with you personally.
oh, with me personally. Okay. I was about to be like, I'm not prepared for this interrogation. What happened? I just worked this week. I went up north to a bunch of small cities and saw the death of humanity itself.
Right. Literally, what happened?
Yeah, that's literally what happened. Okay, because like so many people don't wear masks.
Up north?
Yeah. Like and
Wow.
in some cases I kind of get it. It's like it's a really small town. Like no one comes there from like out of town ever. So like the chances of anyone spreading the virus is like zero because no one's
Right,
ever
right.
there. But it's still it's like you don't know if someone's really been there or not. And like
Right.
ah,
Do you know someone that has gotten the virus?
yeah,
Like personally?
yeah.
Like who?
My uncle.
Hmm.
I,
Oh, right.
yeah, I have an uncle that's gotten the virus.
Is he okay now?
I think he's still in the hospital.
Oof.
Yeah.
Problem. Yeah, I think it hits everybody differently. Because a lot of people, I feel like it just like came in when it's like a flu, or like or less, like a cold or something.
Yeah, because they have no like interaction with the virus.
Right. Or but yeah. But yeah, that fucking sucks. That was terrible news. All right,
Yeah.
let's
Like literally like my entire time, because like I spend so much time outside because of work, right? Like I have to be
right.
outside and like interacting with a bunch of different people. And like a
Mhm.
lot of these people don't wear masks or like they just forget and like sometimes they apologize and I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine. You're probably because like when they apologize and they realize about the mask, I'm fairly confident that they're doing precautionary measures all the other time, simply because
Right.
like they're humbling themselves. Like I don't know if this is like a smart thing to do, but like I feel like I trust them more to be responsible other times, even if they're not currently wearing a mask.
Right, I get
Simply
you.
because like they've humbled themselves to like someone they don't even know. So
Right. That makes sense.
yeah.
I'm trying to get less light in the back.
Oh yeah. You do you. You do you be the best Walter you can be.
It's a little better, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I see you a bit clearer. Internet's still buggy, but like you're good.
Well, sorry about that.
Nah, you good.
Let's see.
You good.
What were we gonna talk about? Oh, okay. It's called fuck. Did you have any games when you were like in middle school or something like that like you guys would play, or like in high school?
Yeah.
Like
I
what?
remember a couple, and a lot of them were like really like not exactly smart games, so to speak.
Right.
I remember the one that like it's called Body Shots.
Right.
Yeah, it's literally just a game where you start hitting like fucking quote unquote boxing with each other, and you just fucking punching the
What was
shit
the
out
point
of
of it though? Like, was it a game or was it more just like hazing?
It was supposed to be a game. Like from what I understood, it was a game. From what I remember, it was a game. You just like not beat the shit out of each other, but you just start punching each other's like rib cage or like fucking like chest and body and sides.
Oh my god, Jesus!
That was in I think middle school. a little
Right.
bit early high school, but mostly just middle school.
Yeah, yeah. In our school, we had a game called Baby Bridges, which is like if you said the letter B, you would get punched like by everybody that heard it.
Oh, really?
So if you said like basketball, like everybody starts swinging on you, and you got to like you would have to say Baby Bridges before anybody got to you or whatever. You know what I mean? Like basketball. Oh shit, Baby Bridges, and like you have to defend yourself and shit. And that was fun until you don't know what the fuck you said, and then you're just getting socked out for no reason, and it
Oh,
was good time.
good times. You're just
Good
walking
times.
home. Yeah, mom, I'll pick up the groceries. You want some basil and what the fuck?
Some basil.
Some basil. I couldn't think of another vegetable with B.
That
Like
is not a vegetable. That's a spice.
close enough. It's a plant.
It's a plant.
It's a
You
plant.
smoke it.
You smoke it, green. Close enough.
Yeah, but yeah, that was a game. What else do we play?
Oh,
Fuck, a
I
lot of
know
people get
one.
what?
It was like a handball rip. It was like a rip off
Oh,
of handball where you
right.
you had this like blue rubber ball, like this
Yeah,
small blue
or
rubber
red
band.
or blue. Yeah, you
Yeah,
threw it against the wall,
you
right?
threw it
Yeah.
against the wall, and if you touched the ball when it bounced back and you didn't, or like
Mhm.
when you threw it, it didn't touch the wall, you have to run to touch the wall, and in the meantime, everyone's gonna like start jumping you, basically just beating the
Right.
shit out of you with their hands. I think I told this story
Yeah,
before on the podcast.
yeah. That one's bola. That was a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that's how I have a broken nose.
Ah, fuck.
I have a
They
crooked
got you
nose.
good.
Yeah, they got me
Damn.
good, but no, because the dude broke the rules. He grabbed the back of my head and kneed me. He
Oh,
kneed me straight in the nose, and I was just like, it was just
that's
like,
fucking that's fucking gangster.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think I
like
couldn't get him after that because I was just like bleeding the shit out of my nose.
yeah, you're like fuck. God damn.
Yeah,
What
just
kind of monster is that? Jesus
I don't
Christ.
know. I
He did
guess.
he did not like you, bro. He's like, oh, it's fucking Edward. Knee him in the back of the head.
Fucking
It's like, oh, we're playing a game?
fuck the game. Just Falcon kneed
Yeah.
me in the fucking face. Just
Let me see. We were playing football one time, and I go up to get the ball, and there's this big ass fool bumps me. I hit the side of the building, fucking like bust my lip. But it was
dude.
like he was like hanging off like this, like on the top. And then I'm like out there in the office in the restroom and shit. It's all bleeding everywhere. I'm like trying to clean it because I don't want to be all rude and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, it's fine. Just go to the hospital. I'm like, oh my god. They didn't put no stitches or nothing. They're just like, it's gonna heal. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay,
I
fine.
think it's because the first aid I did, I put pressure, I stopped the bleeding and all that. It just didn't
Oh.
look as bad as it was, but my dude, like it was still bad.
Yeah,
come
like
on.
you busted your lip like super
I
bad.
busted my lip, like it was literally like open and shit.
Dude.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, middle school was stupid.
Yeah, middle school was stupid as fuck. I think I got stabbed with a pencil in middle school.
Me too. Yeah, I think we did talk about this.
Yeah, we did, yeah. And okay,
What's
so
wrong
then
with middle school?
I
God
think I
damn.
smashed someone. Okay, because like, yeah, we're talking about all these injuries that happened, but I don't think I'm innocent either. I think I smashed someone's head into a pole.
Right. Right.
Like I forgot what happened. Like we were fighting, and this was one of my friends too. Like
Mhm.
we ended up like kind of fighting, and then like I grabbed him by the sweater, and like he was trying to smash me into a pole, and I was like, bruh, really? And like I just grabbed him like from like his hoodie, and I grabbed his head, just straight into the pole.
Right.
Dude,
Fuck.
middle school was some shit.
Some ratchet shit. Our middle school didn't have a field, right? So we would have to walk to a park.
You didn't have a
And
field?
no, we didn't. No, it was one building, dude. It was like at most two buildings. Like, and it was
Ah.
we had no field, no nothing. So we had to walk to a park, right?
Where'd
Well,
you
two
go
things happened.
pee?
Huh?
Where'd
They
you-
had restrooms at the park. It's a normal park. Like it
Oh,
was a big park. They had a little lake and shit. It was good. It was a cool park. It was like a mile away. We'd walk, I guess. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It was a mile and a half.
No.
Well, whatever. Two things happened. My school's in the ghetto, so fucking this kid sees this guy. He starts yelling like, "Hey, what's up, blood?" And the guy's like, "Hey, don't be talking all that shit." And he literally whips out a gun, points it, and he's pointing it like in the air and shit. And then everybody's like, "Oh shit!" They start running back to the school. Like fuck, like the whole class. It was like literally fuck crazy time. It was like man, I don't know, but that
Dude,
happened.
dude, what the fuck? That went straight from 0 to 100 and like just quick as
Yes,
fuck. Like what the fuck? She's like,
some
"Hey,
gang
what's
violence.
up?
Yeah,
The fuck you talking about?" Just
for real.
it's like, dude,
Oh yeah,
chill. I just wanted to see how your wife was doing. Just chill.
oh. And another thing that would happen was every time we would come back from the park, like the all the guys would run back into the PE room, right? We would shut off the lights and just start swinging on each other. Everybody start fighting.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like half the people hid and shit under desks and chairs and like on the floor and like behind backpacks and shit. But everybody else would just start fucking whacking the fuck out of each other. It was a funny time. Andres is here. Turn your camera.
I'll try your camera, Andres.
Where'd he go?
Join
I'm gonna
us.
start whooping on him.
Yeah, start.
Come here, I'm gonna turn off the lights.
I was gonna say turn off the lights. Let's go.
Come back with a bloody eye. And shit.
It's-
Bloody-
Broken nose.
Oof. Let's see, where's this
Yeah.
fool at?
How do you call it? There was one incident I'm trying to remember. In high school this time. I think that same dude that I smashed into a pole in high school. I had this nice watch. It wasn't like expensive. It was like 20
Right.
bucks, but I really liked it. It was really nice. And he like snatched it from my wrist, just fucking threw it on top
Mhm.
of a school building.
That's dirty.
Yeah, and I was
That's dirty.
already mad. And so he just started to we can't hear you.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, man.
I joined all late.
So-
Fuck, man. Fuck
so-
customers. But continue.
Suenas mormado. How do you call
What were
it?
you saying about the guy?
Oh yeah. So he grabbed my watch. He threw it on top of a fucking school building. So I just went ham on him. Like I tackled him to the floor and I got on top of him. I started beating him. And then like one of my other friends, he had to pull me off and like before like the teacher started because they just like the whole like little area we're at, the people started swarming us because like ooh fight. I want to see people get
Oh,
beat
hell
up.
yeah.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
that's basically the end of it. Like he was like this the whole time, so I couldn't really, get him any
Man.
good. I think I got him in the ear and that's about it.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. I had my watch stolen by Chess. My
Chess?
What?
Oh my
How?
watch. This dirty motherfucker. So I slept over at his house, right? I took off my watch, I put it on like the bed, the banister. I don't even know what it's called, like the little, the bed pole or whatever, right? I go to sleep, I wake up, I forget it. I go home and I'm like, hey, later that day I called somebody. I'm like, hey, I forgot my watch. So he's like, no, you didn't. I was like, oh my fucking God. It was like $100 watch, dude. It's
Stole that shit.
fucking dick, dude. Yeah. Fucking ghetto ass. Why is Chess so ghetto? He ghetto even though he's not from the ghetto. He's
Dude,
fucking ghetto.
he lives in fucking. Oh well, not anymore, right? He
Apunte.
lives in LA.
Fox
lives in
Ghetto.
LA
Not
now.
anymore.
Fox
Right.
Ghetto.
Yeah. Man, I had my DS stolen in middle school. And that was a bitch.
Yeah, stolen.
Garbage.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
it was in PE, and it was in 7th grade, and I'm in PE, and my locker was like open, and I was like, fuck, like someone must see my combination or something, right? And my DS is just gone, and so I go and tell the PE teacher, I'm like, yo, someone stole my DS. Is there any way for us to like search through people and stuff like that? He's like, oh no, yeah, no, sorry, there's no way. I mean, if it's just gone, it's just gone. And I was like, that's fucking bullshit. Like, there has to be a way to be like, okay, kids, empty out your pockets or stuff like that.
Dude, they do that
Because
for
apparently-
drugs. Like there's no
Dude,
way.
I know. Literally, the day before. Literally a few months ago, before that, in 7th grade, a few months ago before that, when some girl had her iPod stolen in my art class, and they literally did what I'm telling you. They brought the school officer over. They frisked, and everyone went late to their next class because they were spending time frisking through people and searching their bags and stuff for the iPod. Can you believe that shit? And I was like, I know it can be done. It's done before. And the teacher was like, no, we can't do anything. And I'm like, I saw it done before. Some dumb bitch's iPod gets stolen because I'm a guy and my DS is gone. Fucking sexism. I don't know.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
like, fuck.
I was gonna say it's
Somebody
probably
stole your
because
DS.
you're Hispanic. Racism.
Honestly, dude,
Maybe.
it was a white girl who was like friends with like the administrators. Like you know those people that were like in like the administrator cliques. They were like on a first name basis with the administrators.
Bitches. That's what they are.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost my DS.
DS.
That's
I got my iPod stolen. But that was me being a dumbass. So basically, like, I was reading, right? Oh, what the fuck?
Whoops, there we go. I don't know. I clicked spacebar by accident.
I was reading a manga right there in the middle of class, and the teacher called me up, right? And so I was like, "Fuck, I can't just." Like I was being a dumbass because I was like 9th grade or some shit, and so I just left it on the desk and I walked up to the thing, and when I came back, it was gone. I got so pissed. But see, I knew I couldn't count on the administration. I already had like a disrespect for authority since back then. I was like, I can't count on these fucking bitches. So
Fuck the authorities.
what I did is I spread a rumor, and I had one of my friends do it, and I spread a rumor saying that if I ever found out who took my iPod, I would string them and cut off their balls. Because I was fairly sure that it was a guy that stole it.
That's hilarious.
Right.
So I spread that rumor. 2 days later, in that same class, I find the iPod back on my desk.
Damn. Edward, you scary.
I was gonna say, Edward, that's terrifying but effective. So
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Because like I knew the teachers weren't gonna do anything. Like I knew it was a TA. No one saw anything. Like nothing was gonna happen. So I had to do something, and I was like, well, I can't do anything. I can't just start accusing people.
The teacher's like, what? Edward said he's gonna do what?
Teacher puts it back. Oh fuck! I shouldn't have stole this shit from a little kid.
I shouldn't have confiscated this.
So I'd like to make a public announcement. I heard that Edward was going to string someone up by their balls and kill them. So I want everyone to, turn around, close your eyes, and whoever put the iPod down, put it back. And then everyone closes their eyes, and the teacher's like, "Oh fuck,
shit!"
Puts it down, runs all the way back. Okay, kids, I think we can all open our eyes now.
They're sweating and shit.
Yeah. They fucking knew. They knew the whole time.
Yeah. They knew the whole time.
Yeah, but what were you saying, Edward?
No, nothing. It's just that, like, I don't even know how, like, it was believable. Like, I was like pasty as fuck, just like skinny out of the fuck, just bones. Like, how would I ever even?
Though I wouldn't doubt.
Yeah.
It's not the color of your skin. It's the craziness of your eyes. So once they looked into your eyes and they're like, "Oh shit, he means business," they were like, "Okay, we'll put it back.
Yeah, we'll put it back.
Everybody do their best, crazy eyes."
And like, I didn't learn my lesson.
You just have to make your eyes twitch. That's not really yours. Isn't really crazy eyes. Yours just looks like you're smiling.
But
you're
I'll
like,
be there for like 6 hours, just like that's what my crazy eyes would be.
Just do it.
No, dude.
Like,
just stare.
Walter's got the lumberjack Dexter serial killer beard, so he's just got to be like.
No, you got to smile, but without
smack shit, just fucking loud.
You got to smile without your eyes, so you're like, "Hello there. I've been expecting you." You can tell when it's not a genuine smile when they smile without their eyes. They're like, "Yeah."
Oh my god.
It's disturbing.
All right, so
oh yeah, so apparently I didn't learn my lesson because when I started selling like Monster energy drinks later on in the school year, I was like one of those people. I had like a duffel bag. I was like, "Oh, what kind of sports do you play?" "Oh, nothing. I sell chips, Monster, tortas." What you want? I got it. Candy.
So sad.
Yeah, and like how do you call it? I kept leaving my bag everywhere, and like it almost never got stolen, probably because of the rumor from earlier. But one time it did. One time they did that inverted backpack thing, and they just took all the Monster from inside.
Wait, oh, I see. I remember last time. Yeah, you were talking about it.
Yeah, I got so mad. No, the inverted backpack where like they dump out your stuff, they flip it over, and they zip it up. Yeah.
Fuck, man. That's fucked.
Yeah.
All right, Andres, let me ask you a question.
Salud, chico niño.
Bless you. Bless you again.
Yeah, what's up?
Let me ask you a question. You have any games from your middle school years that you guys used to play? middle
Games
school?
from my middle school years.
Yeah,
Like what kind?
Yeah.
What kind of games we talking about? We talking about like back
Like-
alley games or like PE
like beat
games?
the fuck out of each other.
Back
Yeah,
alley
PE
games.
like, beat the fuck out of each other games.
Back alley games.
Both.
Well, I went to a school in West LA, so no, we didn't beat the fuck out of each other. I mean,
So-
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
just-
sure there.
Had
No, no,
gay sex.
No, I'm pretty sure there were those people that beat the shit out of each other, but I was never like part of those. Like, because we there were like there were like cliques of people. Obviously, there were like the the white people, the Asian kids, and then like the
So
Mexican
it'd be a
kids.
hate crime if you guys were to play with each other.
Basically, dude, we were self-segregating. Anyone who's like, "Oh, you should never segregate," has never seen like a middle or high school, right? But-
In
but-
middle
but
school or
fuck it.
high school, we weren't segregated like that. What? I think
I'm
that's
saying
just
as
a
a joke,
you.
as a joke.
You separate yourself, you know what I mean? Your
Yeah.
clique, I guess.
Oh,
And-
I
and
was a part of multiple cliques, so like I don't know about that.
I feel like some of the Mexicans that hung outside that were like really ghetto probably would get into fist fights, but it was never. I cannot recall being like, yeah, Tuesday night is Tuesday night fight night, or whatever. It was never like that.
Okay, no,
Jose's
we're
fighting
not talking
Carlos.
about just like we're not talking about just like Fight Club esque, just like beat the shit out of the
I mean,
first
like,
person you see.
Games, yeah. Like,
Yeah, like
No,
games,
that's why.
like actual games.
uh,
Like
if there
like the
was-
one that we talked about a little bit earlier or like before, where it's like for me it was you throw a ball and then like if your throw doesn't
Bola.
hit the bola, if it doesn't hit the wall or if it touches you when it
or hit
bounces back,
somebody. Yeah, if it touches you.
yeah, you got to run to touch the wall, and in the meantime people are going to be trying to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that at all. Nothing like
Oh,
that.
but it was you could only use your fists. You couldn't like headbutt them or like kick the shit out of them. It was just your fists.
Damn, you couldn't headbutt them? What a
No.
fucking waste, man. I want to get CTE, dude. Don't you know? I want to get fucking brain damage. And I'm like, fucking get him.
Like I thought this was
swear.
the Hitler Youth. Come on, you guys.
Honestly, dude, if you're not in the Hitler Youth, what are you doing? Honestly, my God.
We're about to get a bunch of white supremacists on as our followers.
Broke Friday does not support the Hitler Youth groups. Yeah,
But if a
that's-
Hitler Youth group supports Book Till Friday, that's on them.
yes. Let's see.
We have yet to accept a single cent from any hate groups, but that's only because they haven't sent us anything. So guys, go ahead, send us money.
Send us all the money.
We're shameless.
If you want to embroil us in a $60 million bribery scheme, that's fine as long as we're getting a portion of it.
Honestly, dude, I mean, money is money is money. So
Yeah. Dirty money, laundry money. I figure that's money that you put in a washing machine.
dude, there was literally a whole course for our work, right? Bank of America. There was a whole financial course on how to spot when someone's laundering money, and I'm like, well, I just learned how to launder money, and it's like, I mean, okay, yeah, it's basically breaking down the transactions and stuff like that. But so last week, my manager calls and he's like, hey, so since we're working from home, they gave us one computer monitor and then they gave us the laptop.
Mm.
And so they're like, you can use both screens at the same time. Isn't that amazing? And I'm over here sitting there with both screens, like my regular actual huge computer screens, like thinking, yeah, cool, right?
You got like the whole wall of just screens, just
Exactly. And but I didn't say anything, right? I wasn't bragging, nothing. I wasn't saying anything at all. I wasn't trying to say like, I already have a cool setup, right?
Right. You don't
So-
want to be that guy. Yeah.
Exactly.
also
I
they
don't
might
wanna be
not
that
give
guy.
you the screen.
No,
No,
because
no, no.
they started out by giving us one screen and then a laptop, right?
Mhm.
So last
Oh,
week the
okay.
manager calls and he's like, "Yo, I was checking to see if you guys needed like a second screen because I've been seeing people are having trouble with like the laptop monitor because the laptop monitor is a lot smaller than the actual screen." So he's like, "We just got approved. We can send you guys out a second screen. Just let me know if you want one." And then I was like, yeah, sure. Okay, I'll take a second screen. That sounds really helpful." And now when it arrives, it's arriving tomorrow, and I'm gonna have 4 screens. I'm basically gonna have 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th screen. So I was thinking, so This is
You were
my
thinking you
current
should
setup,
give me
right?
that screen?
Oh
this
my
is my current
God.
setup, right? So I'm gonna have them stacked on top of each other, So it's gonna be like this is one screen and the other screen up here, and then like four screens total. You get me?
Yeah, you need a drum kit.
Yeah. They'll be
Lower
stacked
your
up like
plug.
that. They're gonna be stacked up like that, 4 screens, and I'm gonna be like,
My God.
I'm doing everything.
You're thinking you
Yeah,
should
we-
give me that screen instead of doing that? Just share the love. Share the love. Ah!
It's
You're
the
right.
banks, so there's nothing I could do. My hands are tied.
Yeah, hands are
You'd
tied.
be like, I'm Oracle now.
Dude, yeah. No, dude. And then ever since I've gotten into like Robinhood and investing in penny stocks and stuff like that, now I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm tracking financial data. Because honestly, it's really good for me because since I work at 6 a.m. anyway, I have the
Mhm.
2 computer screens for work open.
Right.
And, you know,
Mhm.
when there's like breaks in between calls, I can check like
Right.
all the financial information, dude.
What
And
time does
I've
the
made
market open? Like 8, right? In the morning?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Damn.
Pacific Standard Time. That's my point. 6 a.m.
Yeah,
Pacific
yeah.
Standard Time, right? And then they close at like 1 p.m. But I've made $1,000 in the 1 month of me like investing money, but not like
Really?
yeah. But I
Right.
invested like I have 2,900 right now tied up in there, but
Okay.
just like because for me I was like that's just money I'm comfortable losing. Like it's not even a big deal
Right.
if I'm like it all goes to zero and I'm like damn well that was fun never doing that again, you know.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Still a
because
lot of
right
money, yeah.
no, I know it is. But I put like $1,000 in like
Okay.
Walmart, Apple, like good stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And
Right,
now
right.
and then I put another 1,000 in just like penny stocks and I'm fucking around with them and stuff. And I made 500
Uh,
bucks off of a penny stock. And
Really?
then I
Wait,
made 500
what?
bucks off another penny stock and now I'm like I'm $1,000 up
Whoa.
this
What
month.
companies were they? Do you know?
Yeah, so I right now I'll give you guys some recommendations, but again, this is not real financial advice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not professionals
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Oh shit, I'm at 4,024. Oh yeah.
shit.
I started
Sell, my
with
dude.
I started with
Sell.
2,000. No, I started with 2,967 and I'm at 4,020 right now.
So you made 1,100 roughly.
Yeah, off one of them I've made $663 and off another one I've made Vaxart I've made $289. $289. And then there's like the
Wow.
other companies, which is like, you know, I got a free GE share. I got 5 Walmart shares because I mean, you know, it's like it's Walmart. It's not gonna go out of business. It's gonna keep going up.
Mhm.
I have Apple, and I'm dumb because I got some Dave and Buster's stock when it was like all hyped. So I
Right.
mean,
So now
Dave
it's
and
going
Buster's
down
stock.
slowly.
No, not
Right.
just that, but it's gonna take a while for that to recover.
Yeah.
Come
So
back, yeah.
so
Mhm.
I shouldn't even though it was only like I put $57 into it and right now the market share is $39. So I'm
Yeah.
losing right now $18, right? I'm in the whole $18 for that one stock. So I'm like, I'm
Right.
not gonna sell until it evens out. It's whatever. It just kind of sucks that I'm like, I could have used those $57 to put into
Somewhere
another
else, yeah.
penny stock to be like, let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do.
Mhm.
So
Right.
this one, Bionano Genomics, it's BNGO on Robinhood. And I started at 51 0.5177 cents, 51.77 cents. And it was $934 and I got 1,806 shares. So right now my cost was 934. My market value is 1,598. So I made 663 off those. They're
Fuck.
at 88 cents a share right now, which is still pretty low. But one of the things that I'm waiting for is because they're doing a COVID-19 vaccine right now, right?
Mhm.
And it's been
This
slowly going
this
up and
company?
up and up
Oh,
because of that.
wow.
And August 3rd is another one of the is going to be one of the announcements, and that's why I think people are trying to get in because August 3rd is going to be one of their announcements in about 2 weeks, basically. And then another one is Zomedica Pharmaceuticals. I got in at 20 cents and then it sucked because it kind of dipped and it stayed at like 16 cents for a while. So I lost like a little bit of money. But today at 1 o'clock, it shot up back up to 19 cents. It's kind of stayed at like 18.188. So it's been at 18.85 cents. And that's because right now, literally at 1 p.m., they announced that they had like a successful trial of COVID-19 vaccines. So that's
Oh,
why
wow.
I went boom. So I'm like, I can't wait to see tomorrow morning how it's gonna look when the market opens like up again. Because I was like, why did it shoot up so much? And I checked and it said 11 minutes ago there was an article, and I was like, that's why. So
Mhm.
tomorrow morning, once everyone's read about it, it's gonna be like also. That one I have 439 shares. It's not that much. And then another one is Vaxart, and Vaxart also got approved for a COVID-19 vaccine, and I got in at $11.66. And right now it's $15.17. So that one it cost me $9.55, and the market value is $1,243. And I'm gonna keep holding on that one because it peaked at $17 recently.
Mhm.
but and you know I was up like $400 or something like that, and I was like, "Ooh, should I sell? Should I sell?" But I was like, "No, no, I'm gonna wait," because once they get a successful, since they're already having successful trials, it can only go
Right.
up from here. You know,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
it's. I'm not gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
it's
that's
guaranteed that I'm gonna be rich, but it's definitely gonna be more than $15. And since it's, I mean, I've already made a return on it, so I'm just gonna keep
mhm,
waiting until it keeps going up and up and up and up and up. So you know,
right.
it's pretty good.
So you're gonna
But
be
yeah,
wealthy. You're not.
Yeah.
nah, I don't know. I'm just waiting on BNGO to make it past like $1 because since I have 1,806 shares, if it shoots up to like $10 a share, I'm gonna sell because I'm gonna be fine with making $18,000. I think that's okay. You know, that's
Right,
okay.
right,
That's fine.
right.
Yeah, but also because their stock has been a little volatile because last year on October 14th it was 52 cents a share, and then it shot up to $4.90 a share October 16th. And then it went
Wow.
back down to like $1.90, and then it kind of went like it was going down, 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 down. And then it was like 42 cents,
Oh,
52 cents, 43 cents, 56 cents, and now it's going back up again. It's now at 90 cents. So I've made $707 off of
wait, but
it.
this is a penny stock, right?
Yeah. They call it penny stocks because
Wow.
it's just like it's under $5 basically.
Right, right. Okay.
BNGO, Bionanogenomics. But yeah, so I'm just waiting because once they announce their stuff on August 3rd, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna wait till all the investors get in there, and if I make 18,000, I think that's enough, you know.
Yeah, that's
For
just a little bit, just good enough.
to get.
What would you? What would you do with it? Would you reinvest it? Would you buy something? Would
I'd
you
probably
save it?
reinvest it. Well, honestly, I want to because, like I said, I want to buy a computer first.
Right.
So the, I, I'm gaming the system in 3 different ways. I want to buy a computer by the end of this. Well, sorry, for 3 different reasons. If
Mm.
I make a lot of money off this stock, I'm trying to make at least because right now I've made $700 off of just this stock, but I want to make at least $2,000 off of this stock so I can get like a really good computer once the 3000 series of graphics cards comes out. Because the 3000 right now we're on the 2000 series, right? The 2000 Super series. Because first it was, well, not first, but basically last year the 2080 Super came out, right? The year
Mhm.
before that was the 2080, and of course the year before that was the 1080. So this year is going to be the 3080 that's going to come out, and I want to have money to buy it so that I can buy it this year because this is the last year I'm going to college, so I can still claim it as a student expense. And because yeah, for those 3 reasons, to make I want to get money off of the stock market to buy it, the new 3000 series cards that are coming out, and because I can claim it on my taxes next year. So
Damn, man. Good
I know.
moves. Good fucking
And-
money moves.
and they just released the newest processors also. So because they released those like they released them at the beginning of this month, I think, or I think it was last month that they released the new processors. So it's gonna be fine when the new graphics cards come out because the processors will at least have gone down a little bit too, you know. But August they're gonna announce them, and I'm like August they're gonna be released either announced August, released September, or something like that, right? But it got delayed because of the coronavirus. But yeah, I cannot
Wow.
wait. You know, if I make $2,000 off it, it's free money. You know, it's great.
It's good shit. Good shit.
Yeah,
Hella
that's
good
why
shit.
like it's like you can say, oh, rich people can only make money off the stock market. You can if you do research on companies and invest into penny stocks. That's a good way to like
Mhm.
easily, you know, double, triple your money if they do well. Because I mean, I've been waiting for like for a few months already, right?
Mhm.
To get like a return on it. But I mean, you know, it's not gonna kill me to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah,
right.
August 3rd, they're doing a new announcement. And I'm like, I can't wait. Can't wait.
Good stuff, man.
Hella good
Yeah,
stuff.
research comes in handy.
Yeah, and I'm glad I'm glad I'm working in the financial sector, so I'm like and because of all the business training, I'm like, okay, I know how to do like this kind of order or like depending on what I need, I'll put like, okay, if at the beginning when I was trading, I was dumb and I was buying at market value, which you should
Mhm.
never do. You should always put
Right.
you should order it's called an order limit.
Right.
An order limit buy. So you put, okay, I want to buy it once if it drops down to 49 cents, I want to buy 1,000 of them. Because if you put, I want to buy 1,000 right now, it's going to give you the price right now. And what if it's
Mhm.
like, let's say it's 56 cents or something, right? 56 cents. There's a huge difference. That's 7 cents difference, which could be in penny stocks is a lot of stocks, depending on how much
Mhm.
money you're putting into it.
what I would like recommend is like, okay, like research the last high and sell at the last high. Like
That's
never wait for it to go
Mhm.
above that because it's probably not. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because
no one to
that
sell. Like oof.
that's what I was thinking also before, but I'm thinking because it is specifically only for this company,
Mhm.
because it's at the COVID-19 vaccine, you know, that the whole thing.
Right.
Because of that, I'm probably gonna hold on to it. If it does go past it, I'll hold on to it. But if it starts dipping back down again, I'll sell at the previous high. You get
Yeah.
me?
Right.
I'll be like, okay, so
Mhm.
yeah, if it reaches like $6 or like let's say it goes up to like $7, $8, and like it's almost at $10. If it
Mhm.
starts like if I see it's a pattern of it going down day after day, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll just put $6 to sell and then $6, which is still, I mean, if I bought
Still a lot
them
of money.
at 50 cents a share, exactly, that's gonna be a shit ton of
Mhm.
money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
because I have 1,800, that would be times $6. It would only be 10,800. I mean, only
Only,
I think that's fine. Exactly,
Right.
exactly. So
I would say also like keep track of it because you know you got to pay taxes on that, and
yeah,
then that's gonna be a bitch later.
well, it's not gonna be a bitch because they send you all the tax information. But like if I make $10,000, I haven't made $10,000. I know that for a
Right.
fact. I'm not gonna
Be
spend
like
$10,000. So
you made like what 2,500.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But
California taxes,
even
Jesus
then,
Christ.
yeah. But I'm just gonna honestly, I would probably if I got let's say if it gets to $10 and I make the 18,000, I would reinvest the 10,000 into like regular stocks that'll like grow after a while,
Mhm.
and then
Right.
save that 8,000 using 2,000 for the computer, and then the other 6,000 for like taxes and stuff like that.
Mm.
Because
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna be more than like 10-20% tax. I highly doubt that, but income is income. So
Hmm. Yeah, that's some good stuff.
so yeah,
Jesus.
I cannot wait.
Hmm.
How about it?
Let's see. How long have we been going, Edward? Jeez.
We've been going on for 37
40
minutes.
minutes, right? Oh yeah.
37
Show.
minutes. That's it. I just got here. All right. Well, let's talk about the graphics cards while we're on the topic of graphics cards. So,
What
the
is
reason.
it? Explain what it is.
Okay, yeah. So the graphics card it's the GPU, the graphics processing unit, which is
Mhm.
used for video rendering, video gaming. It's basically that's why it's called a video card, because it has to do with like the video rendering and video gaming and all that kind of stuff. It's really good like it says, it's a graphics processing unit. So that the better graphics processing unit you have, the better GPU you have, the better you can
Mhm.
play a game. That's why I mean, the game will say, what kind of graphics do you want to use? Ultra, whatever, blah blah blah. So if you
Mhm.
have a dedicated graphics card, it helps take the load off of your CPU. Like, depending, even if you're like, I have like an i7, I have a Core i7. It's the newest one that just came out. It's great. The integrated graphics that it has is going to be garbage compared to having, even if you have like an i5 from 2 years ago with a dedicated graphics unit, it's way better than just using CPU by itself, because the GPU helps take the load off the CPU. So basically, the reason I wanted to wait is, people will always say, "Oh, um, there's always that FOMO, that fear of missing out when it's like, I want to buy a graphics card, but another one's coming out in like 3 months. Should I just keep waiting 3 months?" And then it's like, I don't know,
Mhm.
because then they're going to release the next one in another 6 months. So if I just wait another 6 months.
Right.
So if you really want to buy one, like
Mhm.
Edward had a 1050, he got a 2070 Super, which he's jumping 2
Right.
generations. And
Mhm.
he's gonna be able to have that computer for like 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
because it has literally everything. It's got 32 gigs of RAM. It's got an amazing processor. It's got
Right.
a great graphics card. Like, if
Right. I think it,
anything, you might maybe have to replace the graphics card in like 4 years or something, but
Mhm.
that's like a huge maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
I
But
think a trick is like, okay, buy the one that's out now because there's always probably gonna be a market for it. There's always the new person,
exactly.
right? So you can resell, get the money, invest in the new one because you're always
Yep.
gonna want the new one too.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
the
like you're
thing.
always gonna have to buy it. Yeah. So
Exactly. So it's like, if you want to buy a computer, like, go ahead and buy a computer right now.
right.
If you're like, I need a computer, go and buy one right now. It's not like it's going to be like, oh, it's outdated now that the new ones come
Right.
out. It's not like that.
Right. Even if it's a year off, someone's gonna want to buy it.
Exactly.
That's
But
the
for
thing with
me,
tech, I think. How do you call it? people kind of overestimate how quickly tech goes out of fashion, because it is one of the most the things that like kind of like, oh, it's only been a few years, 5-10 years, and now there's a new better one out. Unlike
Yeah.
with how do you call it, with like say a toaster. If you buy a toaster, that's
Mm.
pretty much like what you're gonna
It's a
have.
toaster.
It's a toaster.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna get for like the rest of your life. But I think
Right.
because it's one of those few things that like quickly go out and you have to buy a new one. Quickly, comparatively speaking, obviously, people tend to overestimate how quickly, and they're like, "Oh,
Right.
3 months. That I'm probably gonna have to buy another one. So then why should I do that?" But and then that's the whole thing. But
Yeah.
no, you can keep that same thing for like 5, 6, 7 years, and you'll still be good if you buy top of the line at the time that you buy it.
Right. Top of the line. That's the
Mhm.
thing. Like even with like cameras, like a camera from 2005, but if it was top of the line at 2005, that means it's the best thing. You know what I mean? It still holds up.
No,
Like
yeah,
the quality's
even the top of the line graphics card from 4 years ago, it's the 1080
Right.
Ti, and that one it holds up great even against like like the 2070 Super. It's still pretty good. So it's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
for me specifically though, so I have a 1070 right now, which is like one of the mid-range cards. It's not like the low end, but it's not like the highest end either. But the
Right.
1070 for me, it just isn't working for what I want it anymore. You get me? Because
Mhm.
so I'm like, okay, I'm thinking in my head, I want to replace my graphics card. But if I replace my graphics card, I also have to get a new processor because the processor I have, I mean, it's not compatible with the new ones, right? So if I get a new processor, I also have to get a new motherboard on top of that. So at that point,
Right.
I'm like, I might as well just buy a whole new computer and sell this old one, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like at that point. But also, I'm like, it's still working for what I want it right now. Like I'm not like okay, because I basically just play Fortnite on it, but for Fortnite, it's starting to like lag or stuff doesn't render, but just because of all the updates that Fortnite puts out a bunch of updates, and I swear I feel like the newest season, because there's like water everywhere and it has to constantly render water. I feel like that's why I'm like constantly lagging. But
Mm.
so I just turned down everything to the lowest, but I'm kind of like, well, I don't really want to play on the lowest settings, But
Mm.
for me, I'm like, I can definitely wait another 2-3 months because my computer hasn't exploded. Like if my computer exploded, I would literally go right now and buy a 2080. Like no questions asked. I would
Yeah.
100% do that.
Right.
But since my computer's still working fine, Fortnite is still playable for me. I
Okay.
can hold out for another 3 months when the newest one comes out. Get the newest one, and then like you said, there's always a market for the old one.
Right.
Someone who
Always.
has a really old computer can definitely be like, a 1070. Oh, that's gonna be a good upgrade for me, for what
Mhm.
they use it for. So
Right. So
Yeah.
how much would you price your computer right now? The one if we were to sell this one.
probably like 800 if I'm lucky. Like probably not. I mean, not that much because it has 240 gigabytes of an SSD drive plus a 1 terabyte hard drive. But like storage isn't even the most expensive part. Like it's okay. It's got 16 gigs, an i5 from like 3 years ago, and a 1070 from also 3 years ago. So
It's all customizable though. Like you go in there and switch out pieces,
it's
or not really.
the thing is, it's not customizable because of the motherboard and the processor.
Mhm.
That's why.
Mm.
Because the new processors, they have different like pins and stuff like that. Like the way they fit into
Right.
the way they fit into the sockets isn't the same anymore because the new
Mhm.
ones were okay, that's what I was gonna say. The newest processors are like they're revolutionary and stuff like that because they're a lot faster, a lot more efficient, and they cost a lot less. Like this one, in hindsight, this is a super inefficient processor for the price and for what it's giving you, right? For the price at the time. But now processors are like way cheaper, way more efficient. That an i3 processor from 2020 will beat this i5 processor from 3 years ago. And the i3 costs like $130. Like that's how much cheaper it's gotten. You get me?
Oh,
An
I see.
i5, this
Okay.
one would have been like 250. Because even though they say, oh, it's an i5 processor, so it's going to beat your i3, you also have
Mhm.
to take in recognition the year it came out and the speed. Because you can say, I have a really good i7 processor, but it could be an i7 from like 2012, and that
Mhm.
it's not going to even come close
Right.
to an i3 from 2020, just because of how efficient they've gotten. So this
Mhm.
one specifically would not be as upgradable as you could do for like a different computer. Because once you get like a motherboard from like 2018, 2019, that's when they're like a little that's when they're more future proof. I want to say more future proof Because for me, I was literally looking for processors because I was like, my processor isn't working as good as I want it, and I was looking for upgrades, but I can't upgrade to any of the newest ones without replacing the motherboard and the graphics card, and it's just like might as well toss out the whole thing. So yeah, this one, if I'm lucky, I could get $800 for it because it's like probably like 700, honestly, not even like stretching that much, because it can still play like demanding games, but but for Fortnite itself, I'm just like I feel like I'm just constantly lagging all the time, because it still plays League at like it plays League flawlessly, plays Overwatch flawlessly, plays like all the other FPSs flawlessly. I swear it's just freaking Fortnite that it doesn't load as good, doesn't load as well. That's why. So yeah, but and I bought it when I bought it was $1,200. So I'm like, if I get 700, 800 for it, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, there's almost zero decrease in value. There's like $200-300, so you're recovering most of it, and you've had like a couple of years of usage on it. Like that's essentially what I'm doing with the car.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was gonna say, but also the reason some graphics cards, if you play with the graphics cards like constantly, continuously, and you're running it at like close to 100%, it'll degrade by a lot. But the only games I've played are like League and Fortnite on this, and it's only been recent that Fortnite has been really demanding on it. So it's not like super worn down or anything either. Yeah. So it's not. I mean, like you said, it's not going to degrade.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna ask you this, Andres. If you were to have a side hustle, what would it be? Like something on the side that you would get like a couple $100 from every like weeks, or
That's what I'm doing with Robinhood, honestly, dude.
Okay.
Like, I would consider that my like side hustle, because it's not like, oh, I can like live now by doing this, because I can't, because I mean it's $1,000, but
it took a month.
Over an entire month. Yeah, it took a month exactly. Like I make $1,300 every 2 weeks at my regular job. So
return though.
Exactly. It's still a good return, because I'm like, I haven't, as long as I don't start losing money. Because it was funny. I was literally 2 weeks ago. I was in the negative. I was like minus 500 of what I had invested in. I was literally like, man, this is stupid. I don't know if I should keep investing and stuff like that. But I was like, no, I'm gonna hold. And then now I'm like, I'm up $1,000. So what? It's a stocks are a fickle mistress, right?
Yeah.
But I've definitely just been doing a lot more research in like penny stocks and stuff like that to make sure I know what I'm getting into before I buy into them. Because there's some people that'll be buying like fossil fuel penny stocks. I'm like, not a good idea. Not a good idea.
Right.
Like there's a reason they're penny stocks, because they're fucking worthless now. So yeah.
I would say, I don't know, maybe I think a good side hustle is, since you know so much about computers, maybe just buy the ones and sell pieces. You know what I mean?
So that's really hard right now with the COVID-19 thing. Literally, a bunch, almost all of the tech YouTubers in February said, guys, if you're gonna buy a computer, buy it right now, because COVID-19 is gonna disrupt the chain, which you saw for non-essential stuff. No one's really going like, let's make a bunch of processors and send them out. Because they have been still being. Yeah, they're still being released, but it's not like the same priority. Obviously,
it's a stock. They're not really making any more new ones, but they're unloading the stock that they already had made. That's what's happening with the Nintendo Switch. Basically, they're not making any more new ones. That's why there's such a shortage, because they just emptied out their back catalog of what they already had made.
I don't understand why they don't just keep making more of the Switches, because I swear they always run out. Even before the COVID-19, it's been the most popular thing for like the last 3 years.
But that's what makes demand, though. That's what makes demand, though. That's why everybody wants one. That's why they're still popular.
Oh, so what you're saying? Oh, okay. So what you're saying is that like they're artificially creating demand. They're like suppressing people who want to buy until there's a buildup, and then they'll release more.
Well, definitely. Because if they just release them, everybody had one. Nobody's gonna want one. It's just gonna be like, it's gonna fade out like the Wii U. You know what I mean?
There's still so many people, but the Wii U was not as good of a console.
It was not as good as all,
and it has a lot more games. So that's why people want it, because of the portability. And I swear, everyone's still going, man, I think I should get a Switch. Like, I don't have a Switch. Alan has a Switch, and it took him forever to get one. Like some of his friends are still kind of like, I should get a Switch, but they're all sold out everywhere. Because could you? I mean, you got a Switch Lite. You had to get a Switch Lite.
Well, no, I wanted a Switch Lite.
Why?
It's much better, especially for me.
Right.
Why wouldn't you just pay the extra $100 for the portability and being able to plug it into a monitor?
Because why would I want it into a monitor? The issue that I have with the PS4 right now is that I don't have time to hook it up to. Well, I don't have time to switch over to it and play. My reason is like the Switch Lite lets me just always have it somewhere else, like always like in the car, in the
Portable,
van.
that's
It's
the
portable.
thing,
Well,
yeah.
with the Switch, you could still do
It's
that.
less
just on
And
portable.
top
it's cheaper
of
than the
that.
Switch.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than the Switch.
It's cheaper than the Switch.
Yeah.
Like I basically the way I see it is if I buy the Switch, I'm paying an extra 150 extra for
something you're not going to use.
for something
Yeah.
I'm not gonna use for like zero benefits to me. Like yes, there's extra stuff,
Right.
but they're not benefits for me as a person using the Switch. Like
And if you want to play with somebody with a Switch, you can just connect it, right?
yeah, that's
so
it.
you're good.
Yeah.
Like,
Like the only
Like
things that you can do
controller,
with the
yeah.
Switch is I guess use that cardboard like controller that they sell. The
Mm.
the Lando or whatever the fuck it's called.
Mhm.
Where it's like origami with cardboard that you hook it up and you use that as the controller. You can't use that. You can't connect it to a TV, and then you can't do peer-to-peer local games. And I mean, I don't use that for that, so I mean, there's
you can do peer to peer, right? like,
over the
you-
internet, but you can't do it like
Oh,
like
like
just
local,
like
right.
local. You can't do local. And I mean, I don't really care about that.
Mm. Okay.
So like I
Well,
can play Smite on this. Like
really?
yeah, I
Oh,
play
wow.
Smite on this and it's fine. There's DC
Do you
Universe
use the same
Online.
account?
Yeah,
Do
no.
you use the same account? Oh, no. You have to make your own.
Yeah, you have
new
to
one?
make a new one. Yeah. Which is why I don't do it
Okay.
that much because my PS4 Smite has a whole bunch of skins that I like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where'd this food go?
I don't know.
Let's talk to
I'm gonna do
Make us.
I'm gonna do the
stick
stick
figure.
figure on him now.
Yeah. That's good. Let's see. Okay. Let's call it. If anything, so you could get going. So, okay, I know it's gonna take probably be a bitch to get
we
out
got,
there.
yeah, but we got 10 minutes. Don't worry. I can still make it.
All right.
I'll just
Alright.
message the dude, be like, "Yo, I got, I'm on my way." I'll just like
Oh,
quickly go get a diamond or gold tooth. Just like,
Oh my
hey,
God.
yo, I'm on my way.
get a pimp ring, smack him a little
Yeah.
bit.
Pay me my money. No. I don't think I said the
Yeah.
name of the smog place, right? Because like,
It's like Hollywood something, right? It is. It is. Whatever. Yeah, it's just a smog place. It's public, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter. Well, no, what I mean is like I don't want like it getting to them and then them hearing this and then being like, "Oh, so you want to smack me with a pimp ring, do you?" It's like,
Oh my God.
Honestly,
They're not gonna come back to this. Jesus Christ.
yeah, like, ooh,
Like,
I mean, you never
could-
know. That's probably what Shane Gillis thought when he was like Asians and chinks and stuff.
oh
so
my God.
I know.
I'm-
dude.
I could be having 3 forms of income right now. I could be having the clothing shits. I could be at my normal job, and I was gonna start doing photography for my dad's freaking hall thing because he has parties every weekend. So that's like $250 a party,
do it,
right? So I know, but there's no parties.
parties.
COVID.
do it.
So
COVID party.
yeah,
COVID.
so I'm just living
Yeah,
off
dude.
unemployment.
Dude, COVID parties are all the rage right now. Like, not even gonna lie. Like, so many hotspots for COVID. Like, people were trying to blame the protests for the spread of COVID. When scientists went in, crunched the numbers, did all the
It didn't
woo-hoo.
correlate.
It didn't correlate with the
incubation.
protests. It correlated with
Right.
a bunch of Corona parties that were being thrown, and it's like, yeah, fuck yo,
People are
fuck yo,
stupid.
racism, dumbass, ain't no science education ass looking ass motherfucker.
Exactly. Yeah. But to be fair, I mean, you're still getting unemployment money, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you're getting
So-
plus 600 every week, right?
Yeah, but I think that might be ending soon. No.
Yeah, it's done at the end of July. But I mean, it's still, you had
Yeah.
fucking like
Right.
5 months
I had
for
a
free.
shitload of fucking money, dude. Like, they're just.
Wait, did you spend
I-
it all?
I saved like half of it.
Half.
Oh, okay, that's good. Wait, how much you have saved up right now?
Don't ask me questions.
I'm gonna ask you questions.
Ask
I will
questions.
grill you because you
Let's
have
see.
friends in the financial sector. You don't fucking ask.
Good shit.
So
That's
Good
good
stuff.
shit. That's good shit.
yeah, because honestly, I mean, I've pretty much just been trying to save as much as possible, just for whatever, you know. 'Cause I don't really spend like, okay, I go out and eat out, buy groceries. That's pretty much it. I mean, gas
Right,
maybe sometimes, but I've been
Mhm.
in here. So yeah,
Hmm.
phone payments. I pay student prices for Spotify, $4.99 a month. So
I get
definitely
Spotify for
saving
free.
how? How?
APK.
You got Spotify, Showtime, and Hulu for $4.99 a month. Is
I
that
get
what you're
Hulu for
telling
free as well. I don't need Showtime. I get Hulu for free.
me? I mean, yeah. To
I
be fair, I
just-
mean,
I just mooch.
Yeah, that's why.
yeah. I mean, I pay $4.99 just because when I signed up for the Spotify thing, it was like Showtime and Hulu, and I didn't have Hulu at the time. But now one of my friends that has ad-free Hulu lends
Right.
it to like Alan and me, so he lends
That's
it to us.
what's up.
So we use that on the on the compute on the main TV. So yeah.
Cool.
But in conclusion, Walter, you got a budget.
Yeah.
Also, though, tracking your spending
Yeah,
every
yeah,
single day. Because legit, before I'd be like, I'm spending like what? Okay, it's like $20 in Jack in the Box, and then $20 on Pollo
Right.
Loco, $23
That
in
shit adds
Chinese
up,
food.
yeah.
Exactly. And then at the
Fucking
end of the week,
hate
you're like,
food, man.
you're like, why is my credit card bill $600? It's only been a week.
Right.
That or
Oh
just
my
set
God,
aside a maximum number of cash you're willing to spend. So like for me, I have a $400 limit for every month. That's my spending money. So if I'm gonna go eat out, if I'm gonna go buy something, that's it.
I feel like it's a lot easier.
That's yeah.
But I was gonna say, I feel like it's a lot easier though to not spend money when it's out of sight, like out of sight, out of mind. That's why I have like a savings account with Discover, not with Chase, because that way I don't even see it. You know, like I have my
Right.
credit card with Discover, but that's my credit card. I open up my credit card account, I see how much I've bought on the credit card, I pay it off every month. But then with Chase, I'm like, okay, this is how much money I have in my head. I'm like, I have only this much. I don't actually have the other amount. That's just in the savings account. Forget about it. You get me?
Oh, yeah,
So
that's what I did. Like I have a savings account at Southland, which is it's not a bank, it's a
Credit union.
credit union. Because banks, I think we all learned from 2008, they're not exactly the safest place to keep your money.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you're insured up to $500,000 per account. So it's not like, the people that lost their money were people that were paying mortgages and stuff like that, which is, I mean, it was still pretty messed up how predatory it was. But I mean,
yeah, but I have more than $5,000 in saving. So
you have more than $500,000.
Oh no, I thought you said 5,000. I was like,
no, dude.
What?
Wait, what?
All of your deposits, are federally insured for up to $500,000 per account. So if you have $500,000 in your savings, $500,000 in an IRA, $500,000 in a checking account, all of those are individually protected. Your 1.5 million are protected, basically.
Yeah.
But the reason that the whole banking crisis happened was because they were doing predatory loans on mortgages, which people couldn't pay. So you can't pay the mortgages. The bank can't pay the mortgage. So the bank had to default on that loan as well. And it's a whole mess.
Yeah.
Right?
So the subprime loans, they were packaging subprime loans with regular loans and treating it all as good loans. And they were doing a bunch of other crap, and then pushing even to people with good credit scores. They were pushing subprime loans too, simply because they were black or Hispanic. It was
but everyday deposits and stuff like that. Like you'll be fine if you have an everyday checking account. You're perfectly fine. But the only reason I put mine in Discover was because Discover has a high yield savings account, so it's like a 1% APR each year, which isn't that much, but it's better than just having it sit in a checking account with zero, And Bank of America is garbage for APR. Their annual percentage yield is 0.01%. So it's not even 1%. It's 0.01%.
Oh, that's fucking
yeah.
trash.
So it's like 0.000.
Yeah, it's literally 0.0001 when usually it's 0.01.
Right.
So Discover and Ally Bank have the two highest ones. It just
What is
depends
that?
on sorry, Ally Bank. I think Ally Bank and Citibank and
No,
Discover.
but what is the percentage rate? Like
it's
APR?
basically just 1%. Because
Oh,
it
okay,
used
so it's a
yeah.
solid one. That's
Yeah,
good.
the
That's better than
solid
most.
1%, 1.5%. It depends on how the market fluctuates. Like right now, I have 1.01%, but as long as it's above 1%, I'm like, that's fine, Because
Right.
obviously, I don't want to put all of my money into the stock market because that's dumb. Because I want to have some savings. But that's why, like I said in the beginning, whatever I'm fine, like being like, oh, let's just throw this stuff away. I'm fine gambling with that money basically in penny stocks, and the rest
Right.
is like Walmart, Apple, like good decisions, solid
Right.
decision.
Also, don't forget to do index funds. Index funds are the only ones that consistently beat the market over like 10 years.
I don't know because
that's like the actual science. And like there was like this really famous bet that Warren Buffett did with I don't know, someone else. He was like, I bet like putting this in here, this is the only one that's gonna consistently go up, and it was like index funds, and that's essentially what ended up happening. Like, there's a bunch of theories as to how the stock market works, and the only one that's been proven consistently right, like through actual trial and error and through like actual like data over the course of like the past like over 100 years, it index stocks, in other words, basically like kind of like what you're doing, where it's like index funds are basically like they have a little bit of stocks in all these different companies, and it basically tracks the flow of the stock market. And the stock market is proven to essentially consistently go up over time. And that's the
Yeah.
only one that's been proven to consistently over time yield results compared to picking and choosing. Even like, especially when compared to like professional brokers and bankers and shit, their consistent picks haven't been as consistent or as yielding as a index fund. Like they it's essentially, when you go to them for advice, it's essentially no better than choosing at random.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was checking right now the S&P 500 index fund. I mean, well, the only reason I was hesitant at first was because of how the stock crashed, well, how the index fund crashed. But then I'm like, in hindsight, everything crashed in like
Mhm.
March, right?
Everything crashed. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was at $337 February 14th, and it crashed all the way down to, on March 23rd, it was 222. So it literally lost a third of its value.
That's about when I jumped in, because I like it follows the
was gonna
stock
say-
market. So
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's the best time to buy because how low the
Right.
prices are,
mhm.
and the market it's already correcting itself because it's right now it's at $325, so it's literally like $10 below the all-time high. So it makes a lot of sense. But for index funds, I would say you want to invest in those when you already have like, okay, you got $10,000, $20,000, and then start putting it into index funds that you know you're gonna have saved away for like 30, 40 years. You're not gonna touch it for a while.
Yeah.
But that's why, me personally, like I said, I have a few. I already have money in a few solid ones, but I'm mostly right now. I'm just fucking around with like penny stocks to be like, I'm gonna make a quick couple thousand right now, you know. But that's just me. That's just me.
That's
That's
just
good,
a theory.
But that's
Oh,
A
just
Broke Till
stock
Friday.
market theory.
Oh my god.
ABNGO's at 91 cents.
Yeah.
I'm at
Alright.
4,091 now. Great.
All right, where are we at, Edward, on time?
We are at 104.
Okay.
All
well, let's
right.
call it
That's
then.
broke till
All
Friday.
right, that's broke till Friday.
We're broke till Friday. Goodbye, my friends. We'll see you next week. Now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday. Bye, my friends. We'll see you next week. And now I'ma go and beat my meat. And we're broke till Friday.